Okay, so this news came out last night, but I was literally too tired to just talk about it, so I thought, I'll wait till tomorrow. And tomorrow is here, which means it's the present, but also it's the future. Fuck it, this bit's going nowhere. Anyway, so yes, now I'd like to stress that while this has been reported on several other news sites, this has yet, as of this recording, has yet to be officially confirmed by Disney Channel. So I can't wait for all the people coming on here later being like, actually it's been confirmed, or actually it's been deconfirmed by Disney. Yeah, fuck you, this is my show. And I figured if I wasn't going to talk about it, people would be bitching and moaning like, why didn't you talk about it? The things I do for the algorithm. Anyway. So, yes, it's been reported that apparently, yes, on Disney Plus, we are getting the DuckTales reboot. DuckTales. We already got that, Multi. Get with the fucking program. We are getting an official Darkwing Duck reboot. That's right. And it's going to be and the creator is what's really getting people buzzing. Now, yes, we were expecting a DuckTales reboot. Damn it! Darkwing Duck! Darkwing! Get it right, Multi! We were going to be getting a Darkwing reboot at some point. We kind of knew that was coming, especially after the Let's Get Dangerous special. But what makes it interesting is who's apparently going to be the showrunner for it. Now, again, I'd like to stress that this has not been officially confirmed. I really want to stress that this has not been officially confirmed. But apparently, the person behind the Darkwing Duck reboot will be Seth Rogen. Yeah, that's Seth Rogen. Like, no joke. That's apparently... And that's the one that's... And this is the part of the news that's making me go... Now, I can buy Darkwing getting the reboot exclusively on Disney Plus. I could buy that, because I imagine they don't want it to compete with DuckTales and the other shows. And plus, it's more revenue for Disney Plus. Also, I think they don't want to do the CW thing where they just put every other DC show on the CW, on their channel, like CW does with their DC characters. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I can buy that. What's making me a little leery about this being official news is having Seth Rogen being the showrunner. And you may be thinking, Seth Rogen? Really? He's in charge? Now, hold up. This actually makes a lot of sense. Darkwing, if you go back and watch the Green Hornet movie with Seth Rogen in it, the one I think, if I remember right, he produced as well, there's actually a lot of Darkwing DNA in there. He's arrogant, he's brash, he wants to make it about him, he's got a very competent sidekick, much like, DW has Goslin. It's literally if you look back on it, it has all the DNA of a Darkwing Duck movie. It's not a good Green Hornet movie, I will be the first to attest to that, but I will say that having the idea of Seth Rogen, it actually makes a lot of sense, because this dude has done superhero stuff before. Of course, he was on board with Preacher. He's one of the showrunners for The Boys. And you may be thinking, Preacher and Boys are really adult. And I'm like, yeah, doesn't mean you can't do kid stuff as well. I mean, look at Jonan Vasquez. Jonan literally created a comic before he did Invader Zim called Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. So, yeah. And honestly, I think this is Seth Rogen's first... If this is real, I believe this is Seth Rogen's first time doing something animated and... I think he's done animation before, but something like kid animated. So, the idea of having Seth Rogen on Darkwing, because this is when you think about it, it's really the perfect character for him to do, to be an animation for. If you were going to pick any animated superhero for Seth Rogen to work on, Darkwing's definitely up there. He's this brash, arrogant, hero, but he has a good heart at the same time and wants to do the right thing. And obviously, and I don't know how long, again, if this is true, that if Seth Rogen stays on, I don't know how long it'll be, because the mouse is a very demanding beast. So we'll see how long that lasts. But the fact that Seth Rogen is reportedly on this project for this Darkwing, god damn it, Darkwing animated series for Disney Plus is, it's fascinating news. It's definitely an eye catcher. I will say that I'm wondering how much of the continuity it's going to be following with DuckTales, because yeah, I would be shocked if they did a Darkwing reboot, and just did not follow any of the continuity they were setting up in the DuckTales show. That would be really dumb. That would be excruciatingly dumb. And you may be thinking, well, why would they have Disney Plus, have one Disney Plus show on DuckTales, a part of that DuckTales universe? Why would they just not show it on TV? Well, I imagine they're probably going to show maybe like an episode to get people hyped, and of course, if you want to see the rest, go to Disney Plus. But I again, like I said earlier, I think the idea of this is that they don't want to oversaturate it. Like, they don't want to do like a DCCW thing. And I would imagine that the other shows, like, that are going to be, that I would imagine would be coming down the line, like Goof Troop and Tailspin and Rescue Rangers, when we get to those shows getting spin-offs, they'll probably be maybe like on Disney Plus too, because I would imagine, or at least one of them would take over for DuckTales, because DuckTales only has we're on season 3. And if we follow the rule of law that Disney's been doing with their animation, if you last long enough, you're only going to get 4 seasons at most. You're going to probably get 4 seasons at most. So really, we're winding down. So I would imagine that at least one of these shows are probably going to replace. If we get more of these spin-offs, then it would stand to reason that one of those shows, probably Goof Troop, or actually no, I think if anyone, it would be Tailspin or Rescue Rangers being the one to replace DuckTales on the TV slot, while the other shows would be on Disney Plus, again, to avoid with competition with the other shows. Because yeah, there are other shows on Disney that are other than that. I'd rather this not take this whole shared universe. While it is really cool and how they've been building it, I would rather it be separated in some capacity. Sorry, I had something in my mouth real quick. I would rather this be a little separate, so it doesn't take away from other great shows like Amphibia and Owl House. So I think that's a smart move, honestly. And plus, I already have Disney Plus, so I don't got to worry about, I can't watch it because fucking, I don't have the streaming service. Fuck. This is one time where I'm like, you know what? Go ahead. Have fun. Anyway, where was I going with this? Anyway, so let's talk about the idea for the reboot itself. Let's talk about the reboot itself. Let's talk about how they'll play that. I'm really hoping, again, maybe we'll get more of Negaduck, more of Taurus Bulba. He's still out there, and I really like this new version of Taurus where he's like this big dude, but he's this scientist. He's a scientist now. We've still got Fowl. Steelbeak is out there, and the other villains. What I'd like to see is while the other villains were sent back to their universe, what I would like to see personally is that maybe instead of getting those villains back, maybe what would be a cool idea is if we get these universes' versions. That was that universe's version, but now we get this universe's version of Megavolt and Bushroot and Liquidator and Quackerjack. We get we get this universe's version of them. We already saw those from the 90s cartoon, and they got sent back. So, and it would stand to reason that there are their copies in in this universe. So, and it would be cool to see new versions of the other villains, Splatter Phoenix and maybe Jambalaya Jake. Maybe give some D-listers some love. And we still got to see Morgana. We still got to see Morgana Macabre, Morgana Macabre. She's still out there. You know, we have yet to see her. I would like to see her as, like, maybe in this universe she was, like, a disciple or, like, a student of Magica's teachings. And at first, because remember, she did start out as a villain, maybe, like, the idea could be is that she's first getting to Darkwing, so she can probably find a way to prove herself to Magica, and then she starts actually developing feelings for him and, becoming his love interest. So maybe that would be a cool way to play with it. And again, we do know that this universe does have a Negaduck now. We also have other versions of villains out there, but I would like to see, like, again, because now you can really play with it, like, maybe give, like, Quackerjack more of a, I guess more like he was always like a Cesar Romero Joker in the original cartoon, but maybe this time you can make him more like Mark Hamill, like a Mark Hamill Joker, and just like a bit more scary. Because if you actually read, like, the Boom Studio comics, he's actually really, like, Quackerjack, especially in the Darkwing Annual, he's terrifying. Especially, like, how his story ends in the Darkwing Annual in the original Boom Studio comics, which I've always wanted to read more of. I just know this because my friend Blue Goblin 01 did a lot of the reviews and he told me all this. Yeah, he's terrifying. So I would like to see them transfer a lot of that into this version of Quackerjack. Make him less Cesar Romero, no disrespect to Cesar Romero, but more Mark Hamill Joker. Maybe even get Mark Hamill to voice him, this version. Even though, yes, I know the original voice actors for Quackerjack and Megavolt are still out there. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, again, we don't know if this hasn't been, as of this recording, we have yet to hear anything from Disney as of yet. So, keep that in mind. But as it stands, this would be really cool. And again, I actually think Seth Rogen's a pretty good fit for a Darkwing cartoon. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the idea of this Darkwing Duck reboot? Are you guys excited or are you guys not? Also, what do you think of Seth Rogen being the guy behind this show? Do you guys like the idea? Do you guys hate the idea? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I am Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse. Mr. Multiverse? Fuck that up. I am Mr. Multiverse, and I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.